Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Ringside Rants with yours truly, Just Mike. To my right, we have Bad Karma, also known as the guy I love to call Josh. And below me, we have the MCW owner, Chris. And I want to say, our girlfriend Phil has a headache. No, in all seriousness, though, I told him to go get Phil better. I told him I have COVID again for the second time in 3 weeks. So I'm struggling through it. He can man up. But I was just messing with him. I was just giving him shit. He's like, oh, man, I'm going to bed. I was like, dude, all right, cool. I even asked him to, ask you if you wanted to be on tonight too, Chris. And I was like, fuck it. I see you're active. I said,
yeah, I was actually headed to bed. And I saw a message and I'm like, I'll pop in. I'll see, because I love wrestling.
You love us, I hope.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's a win-win.
We have a great working relationship here.
I think we do too. I love it.
That I hope that we can continue in the future.
I would like that as well. I really do. I think it's awesome.
And hopefully one of these days I'll make it down to a show.
Dude, Spirit's $29. Come on down.
Yeah, I mean, just like that.
I mean, if you do happen to perish in mid-flight, I didn't tell you to come.
But it was all for wrestling, so you'll be good.
Yeah, and I was there was a buddy of mine who actually went to Mania this past weekend, and I was like, dude, you should jump in. He's like, dude, I would love to, but Carrot Top. And I was like, I can't compete with Carrot Top, dude. Even though he is a C-list entertainer, in my opinion, actually he's a B-lister in my opinion. I love Carrot Top, but I get it. I know I'm no Carrot Top, bro. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Actually, Carrot Top's really ripped.
Dude, dude,
he's jacked. He's really jacked.
I don't want to mess with that man. Like I said, dude, that monster, that redheaded man, I don't want to mess with him. I think he's a great guy, and I would love to have him on here to talk wrestling and comedy. I think he's a win-win. I think he does. I think he likes wrestling. I mean, look at him. He's like, rah. So, what did y'all think of Mania? Did you watch Mania?
I watched both nights.
I watched so much wrestling this past weekend. It was ridiculous.
I want to go on the record, and before we even talk about anything else, rest in peace, Steve Mongo McMichael.
Yep.
Yes. Mongo, one of the meanest Bears of '85, man. That was a mean team. That was one of the meanest teams that you would ever see. I mean,
and he translated.
I know we get into football talk sometimes here and there and everything, but even to this day, I mean, heck, we only won one championship since then. But you know what? Everybody still talks about the '85 Bears.
They do, man.
And that defense, because it was so mean.
Yeah.
And he was one of the part of it right there.
It was a very dominant team back in the 80s. I think what they beat was the Super Bowl 20, and they beat the Patriots 55-10.
It beat them. They freaking creamed them.
Yeah.
I do want to say this time and actually do a moment of silence for Steve Mongo McMichael, if that's cool with you guys. Rest in peace, man.
4 Horsemen too.
Oh man, he'll be missed, dude. I mean, everybody knew it was coming. We just hoped it would be a little longer. But and not only that though, man. And I don't want to take all this away from Mania at all, but I want to say one thing about Mongo McMichael. Heenan, you got your brother in arms again, brother. So, and I love that. I love their thing on Nitro, man. I loved it. But
he always had that little dog with him.
Oh, the little Chihuahua.
Yeah. That big ass man with that itty bitty little Chihuahua that fit in his palm of his hand.
Man, what you say, dude? And it was a sad day, but it's also a glorious day. Having got a bear, right? Having got a bear. And you know, going back to wrestling as a good thing. Saturday, actually,
hopefully they put him in the Hall of Fame this year, next year.
Man, what about Lex Luger being inducted but not being there?
He was there. He was at the Hall of Fame. I watched the Hall of Fame. He was there. He wasn't on stage though. At Mania because he probably couldn't get his wheelchair in there.
Well, what I understood was he got winded at WrestleCon and bolted. What people the meme is WrestleCon paid more, so he did that instead.
I mean, you got to go where the money is.
He did it again to WWE, wherever he left for WCW. That was funny.
I was thinking about that the other day. He was he had that whole Lex Express thing going on, and I actually got to see that back in the day when I was in San Diego. Like they were at the sports arena or whatever back then, whatever it's called back then, and like the Lex Express was there, and he did some kind of big promo at the event and all that. I don't really remember a lot of it, but because it was like 30 years.
I do remember it coming through Chicago. I didn't go to it, but I do remember it came past Chicago.
But everything goes through Chicago nowadays, man. I mean, that's been the way that since the 80s, the 70s, the 60s, 50s. Everything goes through Chicago. Hell, Al Capone died in Chicago, bro.
No, he died in Florida.
You know what I'm saying, man. He's still a Chicago native, dude.
Yeah, Chicago native, but yeah, he died in Florida, though.
Yeah, but let's just be real. He died. He died
in Florida, the drippy dick.
Yeah. What was that called? What is that shit called?
Syphilis.
Syphilis. Yeah. I don't want no part of that. I don't think anybody does.
No.
The snuffleupagus disease. That's what I call it.
But yeah, the Hall of Fame revealed a lot of secrets. Like, I wish we would have did a prediction on WrestleMania. Like, I would have called the Seth Rollins, all that storyline. I would have called it right on the spot, especially after watching the Hall of Fame when you got Paul Heyman sitting right next to Seth Rollins and all that.
Dude, all I'm going to say about night one, before we even get into WrestleMania, Mobile native Fuego del Sol loses his mask.
He lost his mask too? When? On what show?
Atticus retired.
No, he didn't retire.
Well, he's done.
Done? No. It was mask versus career. He lost his mask. If he would have won, the other guy lost his career.
Yeah.
On what show? Was it GCW?
Yeah. Joey Janela Spring Break 9.
Who are you losing to?
Atticus Cogar. Earlier on the 16th, Atticus Cogar was the wild card entrant into the WWE ID tournament. If he would have won the three-way match, Atticus Cogar would actually be in the WWE ID tournament. Fuego cost him that chance. And later on the 18th or 19th, I think it was 18th, Fuego lost his mask to Atticus Cogar.
Well,
and Sammy Guevara hugged him after that.
Well, I mean, even if Fuego's done or whatever he's going to do next,
go by his actual real name.
I did have him at our first show back in February, and that was a really cool moment, being able to add him to the
alumni.
What was supposed to be a fatal 4-way, it got dropped to a triple threat. Then I made it a fatal 4-way. So it originally was going to become a 5-way match, but one of the talent had to drop out, so we made it a 3-way, and then event day. Let's go ahead and make it the 4-way.
Nice.
And he got the win in that match. So he's 1-0 in MCW. So
Hey, man.
that's all it is. So if he is done, he's got a winning record in my promotion.
Hey, and dude, Fuego is, and I know there's a lot of things that people can say about Fuego. I have not heard anything negative about this man. There's nothing but greatness in him. He's young.
Oh, yeah.
He's young. He's talented. He's over. If there's one negative thing you can say, he's overexcited everywhere he goes. Overexcited.
That sounds like Jesse the Dragonheart that I have working for me.
Yeah.
That guy is so full of energy. Well,
Yes.
and then we've got some breaking news with that too. He was the Wrestling Wow Southern champion, and that contract has been terminated. So that belt is going back to its owner.
Oh.
So something new will be coming out of that.
The thing you showed last week?
No. That one is that's coming later.
Oh, okay.
I got something else coming. Something else big.
Okay.
That nobody knows about.
I'm assuming you're talking about the person that we were talking about before we went live.
Nobody knows about what I have.
No. I'm talking about the championship goes back to its owner.
Oh yeah, that goes back to its owner.
Yeah, the person we were talking about beforehand.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Yeah, after contract ended, people parted ways. Championship goes.
Darn. Did it really mean anything?
That's what it is. I hate it for Jesse, but I think the change that's going to happen, I think everybody's going to be surprised, and it's gonna be big. Like my announcement, that was my announcement that I had, that he will be in action and something big is going to happen.
Wow. You're starting to sound a lot like another billionaire that we all love and hold dear to our heart, Tony Khan.
Yeah, but I actually follow through with my announcements.
I love that.
I don't announce that I have an announcement next week.
Okay.
And then get to that next week and say I have an announcement.
God almighty. No, man. His worst one was tonight when he introduced Master P, because everybody knows that Master P is now the owner of House of Glory.
Yeah.
Phil has a headache. He will not be with us tonight. He has a headache.
I didn't know Master P owned House of Glory.
Yeah.
Okay.
He bought it from Amazing Red. Amazing Red wanted to step back from owning a promotion and working full time. So now he gets to travel. Yeah, me too. Hope he gets. I gave him hell. I gave him a little bit of shit. He'll be all right. It's Phil. I'll see him in a couple of weeks.
His menstrual cycle's hitting at peak tonight.
Yeah. It just it exuberated himself. No, I'm not gonna give him too much shit, man. I mean, he's been going through it, dude. He really has. And if he ain't feeling good, he ain't feeling good.
Yeah.
Because he'd tough it out with us. And y'all know that. He'd tough it out with us. He's a good dude. I love Phil to death. He'll give you a shirt off his back.
Yeah. We should get him a shirt that says wrestling over everything that everybody likes to wear.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into like the Dynamite, we still got like a whole weekend of wrestling to go through.
We do. We do.
A lot of let's see, a lot of shakeups in the Josh Barnett Bloodsport.
Man,
Eddie Neidhart, wow, did an awesome performance.
She is amazing, bro.
Yeah.
She I wish she would have left whenever she had the chance. I really do. Because I would love to see her do what she's doing in WWE, which is absolutely fucking nothing. And actually tearing the shit up in AEW or TNA or hell, anywhere for that fucking matters. I mean, dude,
Well, we could see some big changes, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, but and then also night one of Mania, it had a lot of weird feelings. I think
honestly, I'll be honest. The way night one ran, besides the main event, it felt like an episode of Raw.
It did. And I'm going to tell you the worst match on that card was Charlotte Tiffany. Charlotte really tried to make Tiffany look like shit. That was bad.
Honestly, and I know I saw what you were talking about, the way Charlotte looks.
Am I wrong?
It looks like someone swapped a Barbie head on a Ken. I know we're not supposed to be bashing looks, but Jesus.
I mean, I'm not trying to go there.
Before she went out on injury, she looked like a woman, but now she just.
I think we need to call her Charlie.
Charlie Flair, yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm being IWC tonight. I don't need to be
that. I know we're not supposed to be judgmental like that, and I know we're not supposed to. But when you don't look right, you don't look right,
dude.
Like her entire her.
Maybe that's why she's always in marriage.
Her trunks didn't fit. Please tell me you noticed that her trunks didn't fit.
I'm not going to go there on the outfits, any of that kind of stuff. The wrestling was good. I really didn't enjoy the match.
No,
she really tried to make Tiffany look like shit. She really she sandbagged Tiffany the whole match.
There were some instances in the match where I was like, really? Why did you do that?
But you see Tiffany's mouth do that one time, like.
Yeah, but apparently it wasn't a chipped tooth or anything, and it was like mascara or something or other. I don't know, that got like run down into her. I don't know, because her teeth looked fine in the post show stuff. There's no way you could get
on site dentist.
And that was the coolest thing on night one, besides the main event, in my personal opinion. New Day champs.
Except during the WrestleMania weekend, every title changed hands except the women's titles.
Tag team titles change hands.
The women's championship titles.
Yeah,
like Tiffany kept hers and Io kept hers.
Yeah,
and everybody that had like a great entrance lost.
But you know the match that I enjoyed. I enjoyed Rey Fenix and the Grande Americano. I enjoyed that match.
Yeah, it was good for what it was. You could tell. It wasn't designed. It wasn't designed for Phoenix.
It was designed for Ray.
No, it was designed for Ray.
Yeah, it was designed for Ray, but
for Mysterio. But it worked.
It worked, yes.
And with Vikingo getting involved, that set up so many different things for the future.
Oh, that's something we need to talk about there too. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
And that's what I was alluding to earlier.
Yeah. Segue, AAA being bought by WWE /TKO. And today, they actually announced they have released Alberto Del Patron.
Formerly known
as Del Rio. Right. Wow.
So another AAA championship is vacated because the tag belts were vacated, and then they're awarded to somebody else. But yep, now we have to get a new AAA Mega Champion. I'm the perfect person to put it on.
Ohio del Vikingo.
No, Grande Americano.
No. Ooh, that would piss off so many people.
That would be the perfect person.
But it would be. But you're right. It would be perfect
because he has to beat all the luchadors.
You know what's even better? All that bullshit that was going on, like all the vignettes for a Grande Americano. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
It makes complete sense now.
Yep.
But here's my question about this purchase. Now, I know a lot of them luchadors that work in that promotion. They did a lot of traveling. They'd like to go out to other. What would you could prefer to go out to other companies in the States and make money?
Yeah.
But now, since WWE bought that, what does that do to them?
Well, it ain't officially ending until I think June, somewhere in between June and July, because there's some AEW people that had titles there, and I think they had to relinquish their titles.
They don't. No AEW talent had a title there.
Oh, okay. But I know they were wrestling there.
The only person, there was no AAA and AEW partnership anymore.
Oh, okay.
When AEW got the partnership with CMLL, AAA dropped out. They said, "We're done. We're not doing this anymore."
Oh, okay.
So there's only a couple people that are really elsewhere. Like Laredo Kid, he works for TNA, and WWE and TNA have their agreement. Octagon Jr., he works for TNA. There's the agreement there, but really not a lot of anybody else works really for anybody.
But a lot
besides maybe WWC in Puerto Rico with El Messias, who
El Messias,
who was
Judas Messias,
who was Judas Messias in TNA,
who looks like fucking Glenn Danzig had a brother, that can wrestle his ass off.
But it also brings up the point is like, so what has happened to AAA now? I mean, is it going to continue their shows in Mexico?
Yeah.
Are they going to shelve it?
No.
Are they going to rebrand it?
They're going to continue to operate.
The way I look at it is they're going to have to. It's going to be restructured, of course.
Yeah.
But also it's like, what does it do for the wrestlers as well? Because like I said, a lot of these wrestlers come to the States, come to other companies in the States and work the indies and everything. So now that WWE's bought that, and how they feel about them working the indies. Obviously, GCW's, let's just put it out there, GCW is in bed with WWE now.
Yeah.
Because any show that they had coming up, they had AEW stars in it.
Megan Bain was there. Megan Bain was there.
Megan Bain was supposed to be in Chicago.
She was at Mania weekend.
Who, Megan Bain? But she was supposed to be in Chicago, but when she went all elite, all of a sudden cut her out.
Well, that was a Brett Lauderdale and Megan Bain situation because they didn't understand the legalities of actually bringing her and structuring her into GCW format because she had anything AEW has that supersedes anything GCW has.
Yeah, but also, like I said, it's like it just seems like a lot of shows that had a lot of AEW stars in it. It was like it's all cut out of GCW.
Well, the GCW show that happened in Chicago, there was also a collision that same night, and that's where she was at.
It was taped.
I know it was taped, but it was for fucking. It's sort of like the if you don't see it, then it ain't there happening, kind of thing.
Well, anyways, we're getting way off topic. It's like we're still talking about Mania and everything.
Okay, so night one
and AAA, but like I said, but also that's like I said, it's like a lot of like what's going to happen with these.
A lot of people are saying that NXT Mexico is going to come from AAA because the way Triple H wants it, he wants it NXT everywhere.
Well, he tried that; it didn't work.
We know this, but again, now he bought one of the big two in Mexico.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a whole different scenario whenever you just bring a small mom and pop shop.
Yeah. You have an established company. Now you could go run that established company. I mean, whether they run it as AAA or they run it as NXT Mexico, doesn't really matter. You can fill it with the talent that they've got on the roster, whether they keep them, they let them go, whatever they do. You have so many people that can go fill a roster.
Yes.
I mean, it, and now I see it, from my perspective in running a company. If I have a talent drop out, I just go to the next person. For every one person that I have, I got at least 5 to 10 other people wanting that spot.
Yeah,
maybe even more. And it's and that's the thing about the wrestling business. The card is always subject to change, and when it's always next person up. If it's an injury or somebody's contract goes up, or whatever happens, you have to be ready. That's like any of the people that I know in the business, and people joke about this, but if you're going to shows and you're a wrestler, you always keep your gear with you. You always keep that in your car because you never know what could happen. I've had it happen at every single one of my shows. That something has happened, somebody there, that wasn't on the show, and I'm like, "You got your gear?" They're like, "Yeah, I got my gear. I always have my gear." I was like, "Go get ready, because I'm going to need you for something." So they're easily able to hop in, and
like with Ray Phoenix.
Yeah, I mean, he was not booked for the show, but it's that next man up mentality. He got to have his WrestleMania moment when nobody thought he was going to, and he put on a hell of a match.
It was good. It was really good. And Vikingo, man, oh my god, dude, the world, like it like a lot of people didn't the crowd was like, is this really happening? I mean, they didn't understand. It was like they wanted to cheer, but they're like, this is bullshit. I mean, you heard half the crowd pop as soon as you seen him, but the other half were like,
who is he?
Yeah.
No, they want to know who was he? Should we cheer? Because they were looking around like, this ain't happening.
Are we?
I was cheering. I was like, I saw
supposed to do.
I saw Vikingo on there, and I'm like, oh hell yeah!
And with Vikingo, I will own up to this. I've been very critical about some of his matches because with the high flying stuff, sometimes you really kind of think he's just doing it just because he can. It's not because you need to. So watching him do the really crazy flips and jumping over the top rope, flipping a whole bunch of times and smashing into somebody that's laying on a table, that's crazy. You know, I've seen so many injuries over the years with people doing crazy stuff like that. You know, and he's gotten hurt, you know, doing
Several
some
times.
crazy flips and stuff.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt. He got hurt in AEW doing that.
Yep.
And then he was out, and he was the AAA Mega Champion, so he had to drop the belt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there
to
comes
Dragon
a point.
Lee, who left and went to WWE.
Yeah,
then,
there comes a point when you have to kind of protect yourself.
Oh, you know they're gonna WWE's gonna make him slow down. I mean that right there, Vikingo. That's money. That's money right there.
He's got the look.
Yeah.
He's bilingual. That's another thing that they look
I've kind of met him, so
he had a translator.
He's
bilingual enough to be able to get what he needs to say in English that the English speaking crowd will understand.
It's more or less like
Spanglish.
Which
no, he's more like Stephanie Vicure. Just a little bit
and
less.
she knows enough English to get by.
Mm-hmm. And
that's all you need.
Speaking of bilingual, now the two big Latin guys that were in GCW, the Macizo, the Los Macizos,
yeah,
those guys are bilingual, and they're very bilingual. Yeah, because my fiance, she was talking with him in Spanish, and he looked at me and goes, "You don't have a fucking clue what she's saying, do you?" I said, "Piquito," and he goes, "Bullshit." Just like that. Just like, I was like, "You speak fucking English?" He's like, "Yeah, we speak fucking English, man. How was you?" He said, "Pesos don't make dollars, bro." And I was like, that's exactly what he told me. Pesos don't make dollars. And he even had the shirt too. Pesos don't make dollars.
I met them a couple times, so
they're cool as shit, dude. They're cool as fuck.
Fucking scarred the fuck up, but yeah.
Well, I mean, they're deathmatch wrestlers, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're known for. They're like the new age Dudley Boys.
Well, that's if they're together. They kind of separated. Well, they get back together.
Sort of, kind of, not really. They're not even in GCW right now. But going from night one, what did you give it a rating? I'll give my rating first. I gave it a 2.5 out of 5. I know that's low, and I will tell you why after y'all give me your ratings.
What? 1 out of 5?
Yeah.
I give it I just give it a 3. It was average. It was an average show, with the main event being the biggest one, the biggest draw of that one. Mm-hmm. Other than that, it was just New Day, Tiffany Charlotte, The only other match I would give is was it America Grande and Phoenix wrestled that night, right?
Yeah.
That was another high point right there. So that was another good match right there.
Wasn't the U.S. title match was on night 1?
Yeah. LA Knight and Fatu.
I give it. That was a
good match
because I enjoyed it. I mean, yeah. I did. I enjoyed night 1.
I mean, I as a personal, I just call it like it was just it was a Raw event. It was a Raw event. So I'll give it a 3, a solid 3.
I got you.
It wasn't awesome. It wasn't bad. It was just,
it was good. Okay. What about you, Chris?
I really give it a 4 out of 5. Okay. I mean, I enjoyed it. It kept me entertained the whole night. Mm-hmm. The only real critiques, that I really had was with the women's matches. Charlotte kind of sandbagging Tiffany. The rest of the night, the crowd seemed hot. Everybody, and it seemed like everybody enjoyed the matches, the effort that everybody was giving. I kind of marked out quite a bit about Jacob winning the U.S. title because I think he deserves it. Yes. I think he deserves the deserves the spotlight.
Yeah.
That is one of the most talented big dudes I've seen recently.
Yeah, he's amazing, man. I have nothing.
He's put in so much work, to do what he does in that ring. It's phenomenal.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I've been trying to find out whose son is he?
Ooh,
is he Umaga's?
No,
that's Zilla. That's Zilla.
I don't remember.
Jacob Fatu, he is somebody's son, and I don't remember who. I want to say Yokozuna, maybe.
No. I don't think Grande had any kids.
Huh.
Well, no, I'll take that back. I think he did, but no. I think he's Umaga's kid.
No,
I think that's Zilla, man.
Or is it Zilla? Zilla's Umaga's kid?
Yeah, Zilla's Umaga.
Sam Fatu.
Fatu?
Who was the Tonga kid?
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's the 80s. Damn.
Yeah.
Damn. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Wow. His Sam's brother, his twin brother's Rikishi.
Mm-hmm.
His other brother's Umaga.
Mm-hmm. That's the baby brother.
Yeah. And then
it's Tonga Kid, Rikishi, Umaga. Them three are brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
And then that makes Jacob, Jimmy and Jay and Solo's cousin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Now,
what was the other match? Gunther and
terrible match.
Had main event Jay Uso.
I
enjoyed that match. I really did.
It was like I said, it was an all right match. It was all right. It wasn't horrible. It was all right.
The reason why I'm giving it a 2.5, the whole card was misplaced.
What's up, country?
The whole card was misplaced, in my opinion. The women should have went first, and then followed by New Day, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, it should have been, in my personal opinion, I think it did go this right after this. Ray Phoenix and Chad Gable, then LA Knight, Fatu, Gunther Jay, and then and then the triple main event, or the triple threat main event. That's the way it should have played out. And it didn't. Because you started off, everybody, the whole crowd, I'm not taking nothing away from the crowd. The crowd was into every single match.
Mm-hmm.
But the matches were, it's like, it felt like an AEW Dynamite. Now, and I know that's ripping kind of, because AEW Dynamite gives you the main event first match. And then they give you all this other shit. And then the main event just doesn't beat the main event. But we already knew the main event.
Kind of like tonight's Dynamite. Like the main event was like the semi-main event.
There you go. See, my point is this: like the whole night one. That's why I gave it 2.5. I was like, dude, this is so fucked up. Because if they would have just moved a couple of matches here and there, no disrespect to the women, but that match was lackluster. Yeah. It was a train wreck for me.
And I think they put that match in that spot because they knew that if it would have started the show off, it wouldn't have got the reaction that it got.
Okay, then you started off with Phoenix and Gable.
They couldn't do that either. They knew what was going to happen with that match too, that the crowd was going to get real hot for it. And they had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of false finishes on that match, so the crowd got really invested in it.
That's how you start a show.
They needed it in a spot that, the crowd had already been invested in some matches before that. So,
okay, then, and what if you change the tag team match to the first match? There was nothing there. That match was just a match to begin with.
yeah, I mean that one would have been a good opener.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have faulted them if that was the opener. But because the World Heavyweight Championship match was the opener.
And I know Gunther plays a great heel and everything, but when he was walking to the back, he looked fucking mad.
He always looks mad.
No. Whenever he lost the NXT UK title and when he lost the NXT title, those are two different ways, man. Because when he lost the UK title, it meant something. And when he lost the NXT title, it meant something. And when he lost the IC title, it meant something. This title, he didn't give a fuck. Like he just walked off. Didn't even look back over his shoulder. Didn't even give it a second thought.
No, and
every other one he lost, he always looked over that right shoulder.
Yeah, it's just hard to say with that one because and I'm happy for Jay to get the title. Rikishi did not ever win a world title.
Yeah.
For Jey Uso to win a world title, that was a really cool thing. The crowd was super excited for it. They got to do the whole arm thing, and then on Raw, they did that whole thing, and I thought Sammy was going to turn on him the entire time.
But that's the first time we've seen Sammy in how many months?
Well, yeah, since his match with Kevin Owens, the unsanctioned match.
Now, he still hasn't re-signed his contract.
I don't see him going anywhere.
I don't either, but Bayley recently came out and said she has a year and a half left of her
I don't
contract.
see her going anywhere either.
But they took her off Mania. They took her off Mania because of what she said.
That you can't look a lot into that one. You can't look too deep into that.
Speaking of someone saying something,
we'll talk about that on night 2.
Okay. Yeah.
But
that right there was the pipe bomb.
Yeah.
That needed to fucking happen for his career.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
But with Bayley, you can't look too deep into that, honestly, because if she was to leave, where would she go? She would go to AEW
with her best friend.
She'd get lost in the mix there.
No, I mean Mariah May's leaving. Soraya's already gone. Ruby Riot's on maternity leave. I don't see her losing anywhere in that because her best friend works there.
Yeah, but what is
it confirmed that Mariah May's doing
there? That's my argument there too. What is Mercedes really doing there?
Oh, dude, she's not a Triple H. She's not a Triple H girl. She's not a Triple H girl.
The TBS championship. She's got that New Japan Strong Championship. She's got what is it? The Rev Pro one?
No. The Rev Pro is owned by Mira Shirakawa. Mina.
Yeah.
Mina? No, that's all these UK one.
She's got all these championships, and they're not doing anything with them.
Well, I mean, they're owned by New Japan.
Yeah, but go wrestle. Go wrestle for it.
I get it, but it's like I'm not a Mercedes fan. All right, I'm gonna be honest with it. I'm one of the biggest critics of her career. To me,
to me, her best match was last week, or last Dynamite. That was her best match.
Athena. Yeah. And hands down the best match of her career.
Yeah, well,
in AEW.
With AEW, yeah.
Yeah, her best match ever.
The other matches, they were just kind of they were lacking something.
Yes. The Bayley the Bailey Sasha match at NXT Takeover Brooklyn, the first one, was bonkers. The first Hell in a Cell women's match was Charlotte, bonkers. First last woman standing match was Charlotte, bonkers. Those were great matches in WWE. She's only had 2 good matches in AEW. One of them being against Chris Statlander and one of them being against Athena. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But
that is the difference between the women's division in WWE versus the women's division in AEW.
Yeah, I just feel it's like if Mania May gonna make this big jump, WWE's women's division, SmackDown, Raw, and NXT, it's stacked. It's too stacked.
She fits in good. She'll fit in good in NXT. She'll fit in good in NXT. She's already wrestled with Core. She's already wrestled with Julia.
Yep.
So yeah, she'll fit in fine there. I mean, dude, that's hands down like some of the best wrestling she's ever done was to get Stephanie McCoy and Julia. So yeah. I don't see her. Dude,
Juggernaut's gonna tear her apart.
I don't know, man.
She got to tear her apart.
And Jordan Grace is only there for a little bit, so she can learn some.
Learn the WWE way.
Yes, which has helped every single person that has went the NXT route, because you learn where the cameras are. That's the biggest thing. Like they teach you more than just the WWE style of wrestling. They teach you how they produce a show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can see that in the difference between the various promotions. You'll have people looking at cameras when they're really not supposed to be. They're not even supposed to be acknowledging them.
Yeah.
And I go back to an interview that I heard with Finn Balor, actually, when he was like, I didn't know anything about wrestling at that point when I went to NXT. Learning about how a show is produced, he's like, I didn't know any of that. I just went out there and wrestled.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the difference between somebody that has learned about production and learned how a show is produced versus people that have not.
It's like how I talked about how the difference between New Japan, in either AEW or WWE, just a stage setup.
Yeah.
When I went to Windy City Riot, and just their setup looked like something out of
ECW would do.
Yeah, it was just a curtain, couple rods. All they had was a couple of smoke machines going off,
and some banners,
and some banners, and that's it. And it's like they're if you want to see some of the match, if you want to see some close up of the match, you had to look up at the
screens on.
What's the screens up top? The
Titantron, you want to call them?
No, the Titantron would be in the back.
No, you had the we
know what I'm talking about, like the scoreboard. There you go.
You had the arena screens up there in the middle, that are used during other shows, like basketball and hockey and all that.
But it's like I said, it's like don't get me wrong, it was a great show, but at the same time, it's like you could tell there's just like there's something not right. I mean, like I said, it looked like something out of like the old ECW days. Then plus the way the ring around the ring, they had the guardrail set up, but they had like maybe 3 rows they could have fit in there to be close up to the ring, separated for the like say like this is the guardrail and here's the seats. It's like they could have filled an extra 3 rows right there of fans.
Yeah. And that's something that I watch, with different promotions and stuff and different places that I go. I'm always very curious to see how other places set up their chairs.
And it's also like
and their stage presentation. So
it's like AEW. It's like AEW tonight. And it's like I've been seeing them doing it a lot. Like a wide entrance, like you could have fit an extra 2 rows. You could fit an extra 2 rows of seats right there. You fit more fans in.
Yeah, but mean, they were at the, I forget what arena it is in New Orleans. I've been to that arena before.
The University of
UNO arena. The UNO arena. When I was there, I went there with my brother, and only the bottom bowl was filled there. Like they didn't fill anything up past that. Well, and there's a reason for that too. It's because of the viewing angles. So the viewing angle there, anywhere past the bottom bowl, really sucks.
Yeah.
And you can tell that by being up on the walk, the walk around of the bottom bowl, and it's really hard angles that in that arena. It's set up very much for watching basketball in there.
Yeah.
And sometimes that kind of seating arrangement doesn't translate well to other types of shows.
Mm-mm.
And then depending on what your stage looks like too, that also can limit what you can do there too.
In my opinion, though, man, they should have done it at the Smoothie King Arena.
It would have looked bad
at the Smoothie King.
No, well, fan wise, it would have looked bad. In the UNO arena, it looks a lot more full because of the way you can set it up.
Yeah.
Country brings up is like ROH needs to be NXT for AEW and take the Daily's place every week and have QT Marshall run it. Hell, I don't even know, does QT Marshall even work for AEW anymore?
Yeah, he does work for them again. But he's also there, one of the trainers at Nightmare Factory. So,
which they can't really name anymore.
Yeah, no, I mean,
all right,
but it is.
All right, all right. But, next two. Oh wait, okay. What did everybody think of the main event of WrestleMania Night 1, the triple threat? Now,
it served its purpose.
I was gonna say I would have called that as like I knew Paul Heyman was gonna go with Seth Rollins, and it was more evident to the fact if you watch the Hall of Fame ceremony, you got Paul Heyman sitting right next to Rollins at the Hall of Fame. I'm like, oh, that just gave away the end of the match.
Yeah.
So, but
I didn't watch the Hall of Fame, so I don't know.
I didn't watch Hall of Fame either.
It went to like 3 a.m. in my time.
It went a long ass time. I know that. I know it went a long ass time, and I was just like, no, I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah,
but
I stood up and watched it. But
I was watching The Collective. That's what I did. I watched The Collective.
But in my opinion, I called it as I watched Paul Heyman's going to betray both Rollins and not Rollins, Roman and Punk,
and he did,
and I was like, so.
But
it was a good match. It was a very good match.
Now we have Evolution 2.0.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Now we could jump into night 2.
All right. So the coolest thing to happen on night 2, in my opinion, was the Fatal 4-Way match.
I was gonna say Kerry fucking King, man. Kerry fucking King. Damian Priest entrance. Motherfucking Slayer. Come on. Kerry fucking King was on WrestleMania. He's always been a big wrestling fan. I know that.
It was good to see an actual metal guy get on. I like it.
I mean, heck, they needed their performance when Edge came out, man. I'll admit that that should have been for Edge right there.
Well, I mean, the coolest entrance I've ever seen at any show, head over heels, man, was Fear Factory at XPW. They did the Messiah's entrance, and it was fucking fantastic. Now,
I got some even better. How about Fear Factory playing while WCW had a fucking battle royal on fucking MTV, and they played three songs right there.
3 songs, dude. Yeah,
it was like
spring break.
Yeah.
It was their spring break, bro.
Yeah, I remember that, and it was like Fear Factory is like, and I remember right before this is like, said before this match starts, I just say I hope Rey Mysterio wins. Viva la raza! And like,
dude,
they won.
Fear Factory had some of the best. Dude, they're fantastic. So I mean,
yeah.
My whole ordeal, though, man. My whole ordeal with him being there, him being there for Damian Priest, the guitar sounded a little sketchy at first, but then it started getting better and better because it wasn't his fault. It was the guy that was mixing the controls. Mm-hmm. He was fucking some shit up.
Yeah.
And then, and I didn't realize that Drew McIntyre's gear was for the Doom game.
Yeah.
Until after the match was over and I saw the advertisement, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. And the cool thing about night 1, the best ring entrance ever, the ring attire, New Day giving props to Giant Gonzalez.
Yep.
But I digress. But no, night 2, in my personal opinion, was the best. I take that back. The best thing that happened on night 2, better than the 4-way match, better than the main event. Killer Cross is alive.
Mm-hmm. Well, that came after Mania, so
I don't give a flying fuck.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that after.
No, that is the best fucking thing that came out of night 2.
Oh yeah.
And then I enjoyed.
And you even see Scarlett be like, you need to calm down. I'm like, fuck this shit.
I enjoyed Dominic Mysterio winning the Intercontinental Championship.
And people cheered him.
Yes. He was getting X-Pac heat. And now people are cheering him, and it's just great. Because he has worked.
He went way beyond X-Pac heat.
I know,
man,
but he
couldn't even cut a promo.
He's worked his butt off to get there. They reward him with the Intercontinental Championship now, and it will work out really well for him because it's going to break Judgment Day up because Finn Balor's jealous of it, and you can see it.
Oh yeah, and not only that. I liked it, but no, I got something better than that. The coolest thing about that, though, Liv Morgan is going to break poor Dom's heart. She's going to take his little heart and go squish. And I can't Exactly. And then that's going to solidify him as the biggest baby face in WWE.
Oh yeah, because
That's when he's
they're
running
not
back
going to
to
be
daddy.
able. They're not going to be able to keep his dad around forever.
The dude's 50 years old and he acts like a damn teenager.
Who? Ray?
Ray, yeah.
Yeah, but he just got hurt again.
That's what I'm saying. And that's going to solidify them two getting back together and at least going one to at least 2 more years together as a team. Not as a team, but as a father-son duo kind of thing, like Batman and Robin. Yeah, because I mean, he was there. Dominic took a bunch of ass whoopings for Rey Mysterio. Y'all not remember that in the ring when he first joined in WWE?
Yeah, he did.
And then he finally said, "Fuck you, Dad. I want to go on my own and join the Judgment Day with Edge." Which was fucking. And I realized why they wanted to destroy the Judgment Day.
It was after Edge. Edge left. They already kicked Edge out.
But it wasn't after. It wasn't very. It was minor that. But Carlito, I think this is going to turn Carlito face too.
Well, and there's a rumor.
Carlito, he's Judgment Day's R-Truth.
No, R-Truth is Judgment Day's R-Truth.
Well, no, he gets some one-line. He gets some good one-liners.
He does. But there's some rumors with WWC potentially getting bought out as well. And that's the connection right there, because the Colognes have been synonymous with WWC.
Well, they own the WWC.
Yeah.
Carly Colon owns it.
I'm sure that with
the
enough
Bruiser Brody.
Yeah.
I'm sure that with
Carlos Colon didn't, but yeah, Carlos Colon owned it. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sure with enough money they would go ahead and let that go.
No. Who they need to add there? See, Kelly thinks they need to add Ethan Page. I personally think they need to add Finn Balor.
To what? To
Heyman Stable. Yeah, Heyman Stable. It makes sense because he ain't doing shit in Judgment Day.
Honestly, no, because Finn Balor could do this on his own. He doesn't need the help.
But he'd be a face, though, man. He'd be a face again.
Under Heyman? He'd be a heel.
Exactly. But if he goes and does it on his own, he won't be he's not a good heel by himself. We've already seen that.
No.
He wears a jacket.
Finn needs to be either in, they need to keep him in Judgment Day, or he needs to go be on his own.
And if he goes on his own, make him face.
Yes. And then let him go be the demon and just let him
back the club.
They can't bring back the club, man. There ain't no members left.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Him and AJ?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's the only two.
Yeah.
Oh no, wait, no, whoa. Tama Tonga and Tangaloa.
That was way after them. After.
No.
But it
they were there when Finn Balor was there. Yeah, actually, it was it was. I know Phil will back me up on this. It was
Hold on.
Bad Luck Fale. It was one of the Tongas first.
AJ
then it was Carl Anderson and
with them.
What you call it? And it was Finn Balor.
And AJ was there with them. So I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
AJ came after Finn.
I know he came later, but
Yeah.
Tama and Tonga, they were both there.
Yeah.
In the Bullet Club.
The original Bullet Club.
Okay, you're right. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa were both part of the Bullet Club's inception. When Prince Devitt, now Finn Balor, created the stable.
Yeah. Thank you. You could justifiably have that happen again if you wanted to.
And
if if Finn gets kicked out of Judgment Day,
which I see happening.
yeah,
But I see it happening, but at the same time, you got to realize that Liv is actually really Finn's girlfriend in real life. They are dating. Just like Dominic is really married. Yeah, Dominic is actually married.
Finn is married.
No, Finn and Liv are dating.
No, they're not. Finn is married to.
She's single, bro.
Yeah,
Liv.
Yeah.
Really?
Finn is married to former sports reporter, or she may still be doing sports reporter.
I could have sworn I heard that Finn Balor and Liv were dating.
No. He's married to Vera Rodriguez.
Yeah, and she used to work for Fox Sports.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I was way off. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind that.
Yeah.
But no, I can see AJ and Finn and Tama and Tonga.
Oh yeah.
Have a last run. And then also you have Hikuleu too, who is signed but hurt.
He's debuted, yeah. I was about to say because he's injured. And Country brings up a pretty good point. Braun needs a manager. He does, but who?
I was seeing some rumors about potentially pairing Braun up with Rusev.
That'd be terrible. That's like the Twin Towers all over again.
But it would be two big monsters that all they do is smash things.
Mm-hmm. And then they're going to have them kill New Day, literally.
You could. You could have them take the tag belts, and then they could go fight with the War Raiders, and it'd just be big meaty men slapping meat.
Okay, as we're kind of delving into like this recent episode of Monday Night Raw, we still need to finish Mania here.
Okay. All right.
We're doing a film.
Cena wins. There you go. Cena wins.
Not my champion.
Honestly,
not my champion.
Honestly, I didn't expect them to do it. I had a feeling they were going to do it, but I didn't expect them to really do this angle.
But dude, did you hear at the end of that match they booed the fuck out of fucking Cody Rhodes?
They're booing him at Raw too. So
yeah.
That's because John Cena brought up his name. I'm like, and he even put down the crowd for doing that too.
Oh yeah, but dude,
you got to cheer from 1 minute, then boo him the next.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you cheered him all last year whenever he completed his story, and now you're booing him because he let you down at the most awkward time. And Travis Scott sucked in that part.
Yeah, it was bad.
I'm like, what, really? I was like, you had, and also I wanted to bring that up too. The most annoying song they've been playing the whole fucking Mania week.
The weekend.
I'm like, what is this? I'm like, it sounds like a bad fire alarm.
It's Travis Scott's bullshit.
But
it's like they just played the clip of his song all freaking weekend because they played the actual whole song. It fucking sucks.
It's what it is.
But no, hear me out. The whole night too. It got a 3 for me, but is because I like the Fatal 4-Way, and I like how they did something with Cena, and I like the triple threat match, and Killer Cross killed that promo.
Oh yeah,
dude, that promo alone was better than anything Mania did, in my personal opinion.
And they were supposed to address it on Monday, but for some reason it got cut again.
But whenever he was on television for that brief second, the crowd popped.
Oh yeah. I was like, I'm surprised they even put him on camera, actually. But then again, could this be a work?
Well, yeah,
dude, it had to be, because think of it like this, man. Fuck.
If he would actually went into business for himself, he wouldn't have put him on camera the next day.
Fuck you. That's what he did. Remember that at the very end of that promo? Whoever's telling me to get off the fuck you. Everybody's thinking
you can tell Scarlett didn't even know nothing about this too, because she was like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
Sam Roberts was stoic, but the chick beside him was like,
she was losing her shit.
boy, oh boy, dude, they did not prepare her for that shit. Like,
Yeah.
is he allowed to say this shit?
Yeah.
We tell you what a good soldier brings.
We'll see how it goes. If it could work out, and then
and they bring the Killer Cross into this.
Yeah.
Well, he did say Killer Cross signing off. That's exactly how he ended that promo.
Yeah.
Killer Cross signing off.
Yeah. So I mean, it would work. I mean, we'll see how that goes, and then then we had Raw, which I fell asleep before it ended.
Well, a lot happened on Raw. It was like
it was too much. It was too much.
Well, John Cena cutting a promo, putting their they tried to cheer him. It's like, no, you don't cheer me now. How you gonna boo Cody? Cheer me now. And it's like, we are sorry. It's like, I don't accept it. Fuck you.
Fuck you guys. I don't this shit.
And
then the RKO out of nowhere.
And you hear the best part is like, and the best part is right when it was about to happen, he just turned around and was like, shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe they let that go, but
Netflix. I like it. But also, how do y'all feel about Cody coming back at Backlash and costing Randy Orton the title? That way they get John Cena. They let John Cena keep it for a little longer.
I really don't think Cody needs to do anything with it. He needs to be gone for a little while.
Yeah, he needs
to
take
a break. Take a break for a little while. Let things cool off.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is that maybe come back on SmackDown because that's what he's promoted on.
Yeah, but have him come back in like a month or two.
Yeah.
Let things simmer down, let things settle out. And there's something that could work too. You really could have Cody
him be part of Human Stable.
No, you could have Cody challenge Jay because they have that relationship.
Yeah.
He could go win that other championship. I would be okay with that.
But then again, it's like that. That's a Raw title. He's SmackDown.
It doesn't matter what brand you're on.
Not anymore. I mean, shit, they bought AAA. I think AAA is going to just...
You know what? There we go. Cody goes and wins the Mega Championship.
Belt collector Cody.
Yeah. What's the difference? Just let him go win that one. He could go...
Wow.
He could win that. He could go win the NXT Championship. Who knows? It just go win them all.
You know what's sad? That AAA title has had more vacancies in the past 6 years than the AEW title has.
Yeah. That's saying something.
Kenny Omega had to relinquish it.
Kenny Omega relinquished it. Vikingo relinquished it. Alberto Del Patron was relinquishing it. So
I think they forced him to relinquish it. I think Vikingo got beat for his, ain't it? Or did he actually have to release it?
He got hurt.
He got hurt on an AEW show, a Ring of Honor show, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. True story, dude.
But okay, so then we got the tag match, the women's tag match, and I didn't expect Becky Lynch to turn heel that quick. I guess like husband like wife, I guess.
That pushes that forward
with the Bailey thing.
Yes, because Bailey was supposed to be Lyra's partner.
Mm-hmm.
Becky attacks her. Becky could have been the one that attacked her. You know, it pushes that story along because Bailey could come out and be like, "I was really messed up, Becky. You're the one that attacked me."
Mm-hmm. But that's only if they want to bring her back on television.
I think that they will.
We'll see. We will definitely see.
Then you got the New Day going against Alpha Academy, but get ready to tear it up. Then all of a sudden,
Rusev goes and just starts destroying
Rusev's Day is back,
and he looks good. You know, he didn't wrestle in AEW for how long?
2 years.
Yeah, he was under contract for 2 years and didn't wrestle.
And he went to WWA over in Puerto Rico and was just training.
Yeah. And he was down in
Mexico.
No, and he was down in Tampa.
Oh,
wrestling down there too.
Oh, yeah, with Gangrel.
Yeah, at CCW, which is where Chris Silvio wrestles, who will be back on May 3rd, wrestling for his championship.
Who is he facing?
He's facing Mac Daddy Duds.
Okay.
So what else happened on Raw?
Ray. Oh, not Ray. Dom versus Penta.
Yeah.
Good match.
That was kind of a toss up. I mean, I was really thinking they were going to give the title to Penta, but I was like,
not that quick.
Yeah.
Not that quick, yeah.
But yeah, I didn't figure out how he won. Was it a clean finish?
No, it was dirty.
Like everybody interfered.
Yeah, it was way dirty.
I figured as much.
Damn, something else happened on Raw too.
That pushes that forward. You know, you didn't beat Penta clean, so you know it doesn't hurt him at all. You know, Ray Phoenix didn't get beat clean because of the plate that was put in Grande Americano's mask. So it didn't hurt Phoenix there. I think that
which he unbelievably sold. Like when he did that kick to the head, and it's like, my ankle. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, a little overkill, but okay.
Yeah, so, I mean it works out really well for all of that. They'll be able to do the AAA stuff and bring in different people that they want to keep. I don't know if they're going to keep some of the more weirder characters.
I don't think the Redeemer character from AEW will work in WWE. No,
he's gonna be more of like a mix of different characters he's had. I think they'll do kind of the brute character and
I think he's just gonna come out like a hard ass. I don't think he's gonna do the Rusev Day BS anymore.
No,
we got rid of.
They won't do the Rusev Day. They might take some elements of what he did in AEW, you know, being the dominating character.
Yeah,
but
he needs to do.
But he was the Bulgarian Brute in WWE, which was the dominating character that won
over a year and a half,
bro.
Almost 2 years running.
Yeah,
undefeated.
So you can always take elements of characters that you have from elsewhere and bring them in, but that character really was developed in WWE in the first place.
Yes.
So you've already got that going.
As long as they don't turn him into Jimmy Wayne Yang, I'll be okay because he is a big fan of country music.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious, dude. He goes to Nashville every chance he gets.
Well, he lives there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, dude, he moved to Nashville for a reason, and he loves the country music.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, we'll see what happens. He can go on a run there again.
Be the country bad boy, Rusev.
What else? What else happened on Raw?
I don't really
besides the end, I know there's something I'm missing. God, something else happened on Raw, and I just can't.
I don't know. I'm waiting on SmackDown, waiting for SmackDown to see what that date means.
Oh, dude, that's Aleister Black.
Yeah, it could be.
425.
No, that's what. But he needs to have his original music. He can't have that bullshit music that he had before he left. He needs to have that. Someone needs to be cutting a promo, and all of a sudden lights just go out, and you just hear that guitar riff
And
there.
What I forget. I know the song, and I can hear the song in my head right now, but I can't get the artist that did it. And they went and performed it live.
No, the people that wrote Aleister Black's theme song is the CFOs.
Mm-hmm.
But they're company guys. But when they did it live, it was CFO with Code Orange.
No, it wasn't Code Orange that did it.
Yeah,
it was that hardcore band. I forget who it was now.
What his second song or his first song?
Oh, I don't remember.
Because, like I said, the first song was written by the CFOs.
Yeah.
The second song, I don't remember what it was because it was just it didn't fit.
So you have the Root of All Evil song. Incendiary. That's who I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, Code Orange was involved in that.
Yeah, it was for the NXT pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was the CFO and Code Orange that performed the song.
Well, no, it's Incendiary, the hardcore band. Incendiary that did it.
Well, anyway, everybody knows Aleister Black is going to SmackDown. It's a done deal. That happens.
But okay, so at the end of Raw, we got obviously Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins are Paul Heyman guys.
Yes.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this is all going to play out now. But
do we really need to talk about Dynamite tonight for real? I mean,
I didn't watch it.
I mean, nothing. I mean, there was a couple good matches on there, but it was nothing. It was a Dynamite. And it was not a bad show, but it was it was like you said, the event that should have been the main event, they should have just flipped that around.
Yeah, yep. Last week every match was a banger. On both nights, Wednesday and Thursday, all matches were bangers.
Mm-hmm.
This week it was like, what the fuck? How do you have like one badass fucking week of great fucking shit, and then the next week you just, hey, I'll just shit the bed and get somebody else to clean up my shit. Yeah, and that's exactly what it felt like. Oh, we got Master P, hootie hoo. Make them say, no. Man, come on, bro. That was in the 90s, bro. I mean, it's exactly what it was. And that whole beginning was garbage. Master P throwing those weak ass jabs, bro. Weak ass shit. Come on, man.
You own a wrestling company. You didn't learn anything yet?
I was more interested in trying to get stuff done for my event next week.
The only thing that really stood out was the Ricochet and
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah, that was an entertaining match.
Yeah, but I've lost all kinds of respect for Ricochet lately with what he goes and says. Well, he was talking crap to somebody recently, saying I could have did all of that in a match. It's like, yeah, but it wouldn't have got you over.
Yep. But now he's in AEW and he's playing second fiddle to everybody in the ring.
Yeah.
But that match, that last pay-per-view he was at with him, Speedball, and Kenny Omega, wow.
Good. It was a great match.
But
you know what? Honestly, but I still see.
But I wonder why it was a good match.
It rivaled AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fucking great it was.
But, I wonder why. Because Kenny Omega and Speedball were in it.
Well, I mean,
I ain't gonna say
Ricochet was good in that match.
I ain't gonna take nothing away from Ricochet. Ricochet is an awesome wrestler. He's finally being comfortable with himself. He's finally. Honestly, I just see this as him now. He's actually finally being comfortable with himself, able to cut promos the way he wants to. It works. It works. It's that annoying shit. It is like that. It may be annoying, but you know what? It works.
The best thing that happened on Dynamite tonight, we saw our father.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, he tried to take the title from him. He's like, oh, hell no. No, you're not.
Oh, no, he did take it from Nick Wayne.
Take it. And then he handed it back to him like he was the bitch. He handed it back to Nick Wayne and goes, I love my family. And it was really cool how he said it too, man. Like he goes, yeah, we were so proud of you, Nick. Me and your mom, we celebrated extra that night. And I was like, yes. Yes. Christian versus Nick Wayne feud, money. And people don't see it coming. I mean, we have all seen it coming.
Oh, yeah. But
where's his mama going to come in? Is she going to go with her son or go with the man that gave her all that excitement? You catch my drift.
Oh, Jesus.
And Christian's 0-2 in marriages. I mean, why not go with Miss Wayne? I mean, Mama Wayne has a nice looking, what Christian's after. I mean, why not?
Got that MILF bod.
And Kip Sabian. Dude, he don't fit. He just don't fit.
He doesn't fit anywhere.
Well, everybody else is injured. That's the reason why.
Where's Killswitch?
Injured.
Even better. Christian beats up on Nick Wayne. Killswitch walks out to confront Christian Cage. And you think he's going to turn on Christian Cage, and then he picks up Nick Wayne and just fucks him up. And then Christian pins Nick Wayne, takes the title from him, grabs a microphone, stands him up, and he goes, "It's okay, son. You have a learning lesson to learn. Give Daddy a hug." Dude, I will mark the fuck out, dude. I will mark
it sounds like you should be booking stuff.
Shit. I swear. Yeah. I know, right?
Yeah. It sounds like you should be booking stuff.
Who books shit?
Dude, I'm telling you, my fantasy booking would be fucking epic. If it's done properly by the people that do it. That's the problem. Because everybody's like, hey, Chris can probably vouch for this. That ain't gonna work for me, brother. Am I wrong or right?
It depends on who the booker is.
Oh, I'll don't hit the road, Jack.
No, it just depends on who the booker is and whether they establish that I'm in charge or not.
Be like, oh, you don't want to do that? Hey, you got your gear? Get ready to wrestle tonight.
hey, this is what I need to happen. Can you do it? Oh, you don't want. You know what? Cool. Take the night off. Do you want to do it? You do? Cool. This is what we're going to do. You still here? Why are you still here? You told me you didn't want to do it. Well, I didn't say that. You kind of fucking did. Time's up. Then I go back to him. Are you sure you don't want to do it? Well, I mean, you already gave it away. Okay, goodbye. Have a good night.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that's the way it has to be. And every time I've seen booking done, it's always, okay, what can we do this? And that's the booker talking. Can we do this? How do you feel about doing this? I should never have it. The booker should tell you, this is what's going to happen. Can you do that? Do you feel comfortable doing that? If you don't, let me know. You don't? Cool. What do you have a problem with? Oh, that's your problem? Well, that ain't going to work for me, dog. You do this? Cool. Sorry about your luck. Maybe I can use you in another match later on. You know, that's the way it should work. Every time I witnessed it, it's, how do you feel about this? I should never, the words how and feel should never come out of a booker's mouth to an actual worker. Am I wrong or right, Chris?
You're right. This is what I want you to do.
Can you do it?
This is how I want you to portray it. This is how I envision for this to go.
Can you do it?
Yeah.
If you can't do it,
I can find somebody else that will.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I don't know. I've never seen and if that's what you want, kind of thing to happen, sort of, kind of. I could help, but I don't want to be the one to make the final say so, because I'm like, hey, do you hear what he says? Okay, can you do it? No. Next, we're doing auditions, brother. Who can do this? All of it. You can? Cool. Take his spot. You get moved down. I'll come back to you later. If not, there's a door.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's going to ruffle feathers and make people pissy, but at the same token, it's like, I need to know where your head's at. And if your head isn't in the game and you're like, well, I can wrestle anywhere I want to. Well, you seem like you're here right now. Is there anything else going on that I need to know about? Oh, there's not, right? Okay, cool. So do you want to make money or not money? You do want to make money. Okay. Can you do what I asked you to do? No? Okay, then there's a door. See, and I'm going to talk very candidly about this. There was a situation. I wasn't at the show. I had COVID for the third time in my life. It happened 2020. Was it 20? Yeah, it happened in 2021. 2022. It happened one of those years. Anyway, the big show that a company had at the Mississippi Gulf Coast Coliseum, I couldn't be there because I had COVID, and I wanted to be there so bad. But one of the big talents that was there, I'll go ahead and call him out. It was Chris Masters. They wanted him to take the pinfall loss to one of their other workers, which was Van Vicious. And he's like, no, I'm not doing that. You need to pay me $700 more. I would have told that motherfucker kick rocks right then and there. I'm just saying that's me as a person that doesn't own a wrestling company, and you're wanting more money. You're going to hold my show hostage. You're going to want more money, and you're still not doing what I need you to do? Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, bro. And this actually happened. They literally paid him the money, let him do what he wanted to do. And then he's like, I'll never work with him again. I would have told that motherfucker find a way home.
Giving him the money.
Fuck that guy. Either, you know what he did? I guarantee you he went on social media and said, this place is a fucking joke. And I'm being honest. I would have told them motherfuckers to kick rocks. Like, hey, Chris Masters, your shit stinks. Get the fuck out. Flush the toilet on the way. Because I got Brian Cage doing what he planned on doing. I got everybody else doing what they're planning on doing. I got the Rock and Roll Express doing what they're planning on doing. and you're the only motherfucker here that's giving me a problem, I don't need you, bro. Well, I'm on the poster. Cards are subject to change, some bitch.
So?
Guess what? I got a triple threat now. You're gone. What the fuck ever, bro? No, ain't no what the fuck ever, bro. He already paid you $1,000. Get the fuck stepping, homie. I'm serious. That goes for anybody and anywhere that does any wrestling business. What so fucking ever. If you're people that you've already paid, they come to your show and they demand more money and they don't want to work for you, don't talk bad about them. Just tell them to fuck off. Well, they don't want to pay me. The question is, why don't I want to pay you? This is why I don't want to pay you. You came here after the money already paid you, and then you stiffen me. You want more money. You want me to hold me up for more money because you don't want to do what I want you to do? Man, get the fuck out of here. I'll deal with a backlash from your shitty shit later. Hell, Sabu did the same shit to him twice.
And it didn't show.
They paid him money. I missed my flight. They paid him money. Missed my flight. Can you pay it back? Spent it. I'll never come. Fuck off.
Yeah, he did that to a meet and greet that I was supposed to go to.
Dude, he was notorious for that shit, dude. Notorious. Dude, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Sabu is one of those legends that's like, if you're willing to pay me this, I can get away with it because you're not going to come looking for me. Then I just pocket your money. I just made free money.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to do a meet and greet at a local comic book store. I got there early because there was something I had to do later in the day, and I was like maybe 10th in line, and the line was already down the block and everything. So I got and I was waiting. They said he's coming. He's on his way. He's at the airport. He's driving towards. He's in traffic. And it's like, all right. I have to do something. I looked at the comic book store owner. I was like, how much do you charge for autograph? Like $30. All right, here. I had a book. I was like, here, get this signed for me. I got something to do. I'll come back later. I come back later. It's like, did he come? It's like, no, he canceled on us the last second and everything. A lot of people pissed off. I'm like, fuck. Well, at least I got my. At least I didn't prepay or nothing.
Yeah, I had nothing bad to say about Sabu. Yeah, I had nothing bad to say about any wrestler that does that. I have shit to say about the companies that allow that shit to happen. If they did it to me once, cool. Guess what I'm fixing to do? I'm gonna file a fucking lawsuit against you. Why? Because A, you fucked me over. B, I sent you money. C, if you don't send me my money back, I will see you in a court of law somewhere, some way, some fashion, some shape. If I had to go pay a bounty hunter to hunt your ass down, that's what I'll fucking do. Because, hell, supposedly, whenever I had my whole fucking thing going on, they served me with a cease and desist bullshit that never fucking came to my house, never came to my fucking hand, never did anything. I would have loved to have had a cease and desist order. Never had one. But whenever I talked about it, oh yeah, man, I apologize about all that. And I was like, dude, I never got it. First off, and threatening me with that, that's kind of shitty to do because everything I said was fucking true. Now, if I lied about anything, that's something totally different. Mm-hmm. I didn't lie about anything. I was complete honest from day one. He was the one that didn't want people to know about my past. He was the one that was like, I was like, dude, if they want to ask questions, let's go. Let's get this. I'm more of the person that if you believe this, then let's hash out your problem. Then I'm not going to say nothing. That wasn't my choice. He owned the company. He was supposedly supposed to be paying me, which, come to find out, I'm just a fucking, what do you call me? Volunteer, motherfucker. Me telling someone, hey, I'll help you is one thing. Me saying, hey, this is what I'm good for. This is what I expect. That's a whole different other aspect. And that's what I told him. Like when I first told him, I was like, dude, whatever you need, I got you. Then whenever I realized that he was paying this person and that person and this person and this person's friend and that person's friend and that person's kid, bitch, hey, homie, let's go here. I'm going to drive you to the show. And me and you're going to talk. We're in the truck and I'm like, I do a lot. I set you up. I bring you all your shit. I'm the only one here that gets here beforehand. I deserve this. I deserve this. Yeah, you do. All right, pay it. All right, deal. Shake on it, bet on it, everything. Handshake deals are bound in contract. I don't care what anybody says. Verbal contracts are inexcusable in law. His ex-girlfriend, who they broke up because I have no idea. She was cool. But then he didn't want to do nothing because I want to drink myself to sleep. That's on him. But whenever I came to the show, came early, real early. Hey man, I'll get you later. All right, cool, bet. Well, the next show, I showed up at like 5 o'clock. Why are you getting here so late? Why are you late with my money? Well, I'll get with you. Okay. He called me that evening. Hey man, I can give you a little bit. How much is a little bit? Like $75? That is not what we discussed, Tommy. Oh yeah, you're right, man. I'm sorry. I'm just a little strapped. Okay, cool. Don't worry about it. You know what? Keep that. Get me when you can get me. All right, cool. See you at the next show. Show up at the next show. I got there, I think at like 5:30 that day. Why are you getting here late? I said, why are you late with my money again? I said, I ain't got paid a dime, bro. You said you're going to get me and you hadn't got me. So what's the deal? Do I need to be worried? No, man, I'll get you. I'll get you today. It's Christmas, man. I got you. I got this show. I got you. All right, cool, bet. Did the show. Called me that evening. Around 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, man, what's your PayPal? Hey, man, you don't need my PayPal. You need to come across my hand with some cash. Because if I accept any bullshit you send me through PayPal, that's accepting payment. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're right, man. I'm sorry. I ain't trying to do you like that. How much you want to pay me, Tommy? Well, I mean, I was just going to get you. Okay, get me what? Well, I was going to get you 50. Last month it was 75. This month it's 50. Me and you had a discrete amount we discussed. You hadn't even come with half. Not even a quarter of what you owe me. You know what? Fuck you. Fuck your money. Don't worry about it. I said it again. Don't worry about it. You'll get me next time. Well, January rolled around and I was like, hey, man, I got these tickets to GCW. I got VIP treatment. We can talk to the owners. We can talk to Brett Lauderdale. We can get something going for DCW, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, man, that sounds awesome. Cool. I'll go ahead and book the hotel. Already got the tickets. You just ride with me. We're good. We're golden. Didn't want to do that. And then he's like, I'm not going to go. I'm drinking. Okay. I'll still do what I can for you. And when I got back, then he's like, yeah, man, I want you to do a podcast. I think I said this to you before, Chris.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. I can do that. And I thought about it for a whole week, and then I called him back, and I was like, yeah, I can do that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to do the podcast, but it's going to be for me. Man, your friendship's like windshield wipers. Sometimes you're on, sometimes you're off. And I'm like, yeah, about that. My friendship ended basically whenever you put a money contract and didn't pay me, but you paid everybody else but me. So my friendship lied with nothing. My friendship didn't mean shit. It's what I could do for you and not get paid for. Hell, I released all the fucking commentary video I have for free on Facebook. I still have a ton more. It's like, here, you can have it. Yeah, you sure can. But guess whose face is all over it? This guy. And if you want to write me out of DCW, that's cute. But I still have every bit of it that I want on social media. Oh, yeah, but we wrote him out of it. You're not WWE. You're not AEW. You're not GCW. You're not even... You're this, and if I really wanted to, you can't cancel me. I'm not XPW. You can't cancel me, motherfuckers. But yeah, I mean, and that's why I started this, and it was basically a fuck you to saying fuck you to me.
Yeah.
And then Walter was trying to steal the fucking page back. And I was like, oh, all you do is just type it, blah 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 blah. I'm a lying, cheating motherfucker. And you can have it back. Oh, hey, I'm the lying, cheating motherfucker here. They were still trying, though, bro. They're like, oh, we got a back page. No, you ain't got no back alley to get in my shit. I'm the one who made the fucking alleyway. Because of shit like that, I let them have it for like a whole month, dude. After all that shit went down, I let them have it, thinking that it was over with. And all that shit talking behind my back, I was like, why is my name being brought up?
Mm-hmm. There you go. And that rant, ladies and gentlemen, was brought to you by
W.
Get your W-added to drink at w.gg. Use our promo code Ringside Rants, 10% off. There we go. Had to get
it off. I love it. I'm having fun. And I mean, yeah, that's a true story. That's legitimately true. That everything I just said happened, and everything I said in my podcast before they got me shut down from Spotify. They thought it was going to shut me down off of YouTube. Wrong. So then I went from.
We never did really get an answer from Spotify, did we?
Yeah. The owners of said company wanted me to apologize for slandering them on my podcast, on the service that I was using. How is slandering somebody by telling the truth? How is that slander? Now, slandering I get if I use them as just basically just ripped them a new asshole and wasn't truthful in anything I said. But everything I said was fucking true. The only thing that they could get me for is me saying about certain people about how I felt about them. That's my personal opinion. That's not me saying, hey, this person's this, that, and the other. The only thing I said about anybody was a guy named Justin Taylor, who I took to an NXT show in Gainesville. And when we got to the hotel room, I was like, bro, go get a shower. He's like, oh, I'll get when we get back. This motherfucker stank. And I ain't talking about like stank. Like, oh man, you need a shower, bro. Like when you like go sweaty. Now this motherfucker smelled like booty hole. And I was like, man, I am so happy that my seats were a little bit far apart from one another. Because I don't think I could have sat by that fat bastard. And the people that were sitting next to him, I know they were like, fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
that reminds me, I got to make sure I get to MLW early so I get some nice good seats, and I was sitting next to some fat bastards.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I ain't trying to be funny. So when we left, we went walking the streets, and we went to a couple of places, but I was like really, really, really happy I had my CPAP machine with me. And I put that bastard on as soon as I got back to the room because god awful smell, dude. It oh, bro, it would gag a maggot. That's how bad it was. It was like,
Yeah.
so I put the mask on, dude, and I was good to go all night. Next morning I woke up, bro. I literally opened the door to the hotel room before I took my mask off. And he was like, "What's your problem, bro?" I was like, "Dude, you fucking stink, dude. You fucking reek." And he was like, "No, man, that's just the way I am." No. I know big guys. I know big dudes. And they don't smell like you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you stinky fat fuck. And he was like talking, dude, he was talking shit about other people. And I was like, bro, you have no room to talk, homie.
You say you'd better take a shower before you get Macar. Fuck that.
Dude, man, when we were going home back from Florida, dude, I was holding my head out like a fucking dog, bro.
You were Ace Ventura? Ace Ventura,
dude,
I mean?
Close. Dude, I ran off the... Dude, I don't know. I know we made it from Gainesville to Foley, Alabama, or the Silver Hill, Alabama, in record time. It's a 7-hour trip. We got there in 3.5, almost 4 hours. I didn't stop, bro. I stopped for gas, and that was it. I got to Silver Hill. I dropped him off, fumigated my car, washed my car, fumigated it again before I went to the house. And then when I got home, my wife was, at the time, my ex-wife, she was like, "Why does your car smell clean?" I was like, "You should have smelled it 7 hours ago." She's like, "Who was in your car besides Justin?" And I looked at her and I said, "That's all." She's like, "What happened?" I was like, "I don't know. I think he killed somebody and ate them, and then he disposed of them throughout his fucking sweat pores or something." It's not awful. And me saying this, that's true. Everything I'm saying is true. I'm not making it up. I'm not trying to make fun. It's true. And dude, I shower 3 times, 2, maybe 3 times a day. I don't want to smell, man. I know what that smell is. It's booty hole and body odor and nasty. And dude, I went to his house one time before he moved into with his new old lady. He was married to another woman. I wanted to use their bathroom because the guest bathroom was tore up. I didn't ask questions. So I wanted to use their bathroom. I walk in. There is a... This sounds horrible, me saying this, but it's the God's honest truth. You know how when dog shit sits there for a long time, it becomes hard? Please tell me I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, human shit does the same thing.
Oh.
But it was on the back of the toilet. And I had to shit. So I did the volcano style. You know what the volcano style is? So you stand over the toilet and hope you hit dead center.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, I feel like grandpa, dude. I was like, that was 20 years ago from what I'm talking about. Like 20 years ago. And whenever they got divorced, I went to his house to go pick him up to bring him over to Mobile. Me and my buddy Mike did. And I was like, "Man, Mike, what reeks?" He's like, "Bro, I don't know." We got closer to Jay, man. I was like, "Whoa. When did you shower?" He's like, "I just did." I was like, "Go take another one." And he went in there and took a shower.
You soap this time.
Bro, he came out the second time. Mike said, "Man, dude, you smell bad." And he goes, "What do you mean I smell bad?" Mike goes, "Man." He said, "Man, I ain't trying to be funny, dog. You smell like butthole." I was like, and Mike was like the chillest, laid back pothead you've ever met in your entire life. And Jay looked at him and he was like, "Are you for real?" And I was like, bro, I can smell you from here, and you just took a shower twice. I was like, I don't know what you're doing in there. Can your arms not fit under your crevices? I said, I mean, at this point, I would almost go in there and help you, but I'm not going to do that, bro. But I will call a woman to come over here and do it for you. I'll even pay her to do it. And he was like, yeah, that'd be cool. And Mike goes, no, dude. Go clean yourself. Go make some water in a tub and sit in it. Bathe yourself in a tub. Then come out and we can leave.
Yeah, do Bigelow and just throw him in the river.
Dude, it took him 45 minutes, bro. 45 minutes for him to take a complete bath. And me and Mike were sitting there just talking. We weren't even talking about the situation that happened. We were just talking in general. And he came out and he goes, y'all been talking about me? I was like, no, we've been talking about other things. That you're not even on the list. Well, I have a feeling y'all are talking about me. I was like, man, why don't we talk about you, dude? You're cool with us. This ain't going nowhere, bro. All right, I just want to make sure, man. I'm very, very self-conscious. And I'm like, bro, no offense. I think your body is trying to warn you on things like, you need to take better care of it. So, but yeah, long story short on that whole situation, that ain't really slandering if it's true. And I got proof of all that.
Go full circle here.
Yeah, coming full circle. Every bit of that, even though it is shitty of me to talk about that, it's true. It's very true. My ex-wife, even though she hates my guts and probably wishes I was dead, wishful thinking on her part, but she would actually back me up in court. Yeah, he stinks. Mike, me and Mike are still tight. Mike, even talk. Last time me and Mike talked, he's like, "Hey man, do you still hang out with that stinky motherfucker?" I was like, "No." He's like, "That dude reek, bro." He's like, "I'm glad he rode in the back seat and not the front." I was like, "Me too." Because I had a car that had 4 doors. I had a little Honda Civic 4-door sedan. And my happy ass, even though I knew he took a shower and he didn't smell bad, I rolled the windows down with the AC going on. And dude, that's all I'm going to say, bro. We got the mobile and I dropped Mike off. Mike goes, "Good luck, dog." I was like, "I'm going to need it." Yeah, the best revenge is living well. Exactly. And that's exactly what I plan on doing. But the thing is, everything I said and everything I did was the truth. And they're like, "Oh, you're slandering us." If it's slandering, if I was just bad mouthing and talking shit, but everything I said was true. If I embellished anything, it's the fact that kinda, not really. But the thing about it is, whenever someone says you are slandering someone, like I could have got them for slandering my name because all they were talking about was my past. And they had no clue about any of it. None of them had any clue. That's slandering my name on something they thought they knew. Everything I said was true. And I had facts to back it up every step of the way. And they're like, "Oh, that's bullshit."
Hey there. Hey guys, just seeing you live. I'm sure I missed it, but what a horrible letdown to the end of WrestleMania, right? Honestly, I'll give my opinion on the John Cena situation. It's like I had a feeling they were going to do it, but I didn't expect them to do it.
I'm happy.
My champion.
I'm happy.
Yeah. I didn't expect them to do it, and it's like now the shot is like now it's coming in.
It hasn't happened yet, country.
Happened yet.
It hasn't happened yet. May 3rd.
God. Please tell me you got something set up where a wrestler gets pissed off at his commentary and just punches him and just give him a good old pile driver.
So the thing is, though, man, are they going to? Is The Rock trying to push out Triple H? That's the rumor on all social media.
Yeah, you know what? I heard that too, and that'd be fucking stupid. That would be really stupid.
It's like giving AEW the golden fucking goose, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you want to give the AEW a golden goose?
That could be what they need.
That'd be exactly what they need. Because then if you fire Triple H, the HBK is going to leave. William Regal's going to leave.
Road Dogg. I know Road Dogg's still in the back.
I mean, dude.
He'll leave.
I mean, dude, it's going to be.
And then you'll have a cataclysm of wrestlers leaving.
Going to follow Triple H. I mean, dude, it's going to shift the gears in a whole different direction.
Hell, that'd be a third company started. Because I guarantee Triple H will not go to AEW. I'll guarantee he would start his own shit.
I know where he could come.
Magnolia Championship Wrestling?
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
We could just go take over everything.
In a heartbeat.
There you go.
I don't know if he'll absolve TNA, man. But I mean, I don't like TKO buying all these companies either, though. I'm just worried, though, man. Like, what kind of precedent is that setting?
I mean, they're trying to follow the Vince McMahon formula, like how he destroyed all the territories. I mean, you can't do that nowadays. I mean, it's like,
hey, look,
it's like I was bringing up earlier. Is like with the AAA situation. I mean, what's it going to do for the wrestlers down there? I mean, a lot of the wrestlers made their money on independence, and now since they're under TKO and WWE management, you know how they are about making their own money and not their money.
Yeah, but all you got to have is a little bit of money to be able to buy a ring and start your own company.
Yeah, but Seth Rollins does supposedly training a little bit here and there, and so does Booker T, but I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
I mean, and I used to call AAA one of the big four. You know, you had WWE, AEW, AAA, and New Japan. With the close seconds of CMLL and TNA. And then you go to the independents, so that's the GCW routes. And after GCW,
MLW, MLW is partnered with CMLL.
Yeah, so which I'll be going to in 2 weeks.
Which is partnered with AEW.
Which is really weird on this though, man, because rumor has it that TKO is wanting to buy Lucha Underground, like all the rights to Lucha.
Well, I thought they already had it.
No,
they didn't.
That's owned by a whole different company, dude. That's owned by like a real Ain't
it owned by well, I know Lucha Underground was under the El Rey Network, and the El Rey Network was run by Robert Rodriguez, right?
Yes.
Okay, so doesn't he own that, or is he part owner of that?
He owns that.
Okay.
He owns the rights to the Lucha Underground television.
Yeah. Yeah, because he was the only one that showed it.
Yeah.
We're a long way from being a regional powerhouse.
If what did it say? If New Japan falls, it's gonna get bad. ROH is dead. NWA blew it. Yeah. AEW and TNA are now with WWE pretty much, and I'll throw GCW along with that too.
And if you're gonna do that, you might as well do FSW too.
Rev Pro is the only thing that has stood against WWE using the buyout and making profit yet. Okay, I see the one comment. MCW is a regional power.
You're far from a regional powerhouse.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I mean, look,
but we're getting there. Well, this is show 4 that we're going up on, and then show 5 is planned.
So yeah. Support MCW. Okay.
Are you doing a monthly or bi-monthly?
For May, there's going to be 2 shows.
Okay. So we're going to do May 4th and May 5th? Because May 5th?
No, May 3rd and May 17th.
Oh, so the 4th and May the 4th be with you is not going to happen.
No.
Damn it.
There's too much going on that day.
Yeah, there's too much going on that day. It's a travel day.
Yeah, and Cinco de Mayo is the Monday.
And then Cinco de Mayo the next day, you know.
It's a Monday.
Oh, actually, you know, it's going to be that weekend. I mean, we're going to celebrate that weekend because we got to go back to work on Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So, you know, next year,
sober,
but partner. I need to find a Mexican restaurant to partner with and do a lucha libre show.
Ooh.
Dude,
for
don't
next,
get me excited.
For
don't
next,
get me excited.
Cinco de Mayo.
Don't get me happy. Don't get me happy, man.
Oh, don't threaten me with a burrito, man. Come on. Let's do it.
That's the goal. That's what we need to do. We need to find...
you know my actual fiance is actual Latin, right? She's Latina.
Yeah, so in 2026 we need to do MCW presents Cinco de Mayo
from San Miguel.
From somewhere. We can have everybody is in a mask.
Everybody wears a mask, gets a free taco.
Everybody, all the wrestlers, every single one of them is in a or is going to do a masked version of their character.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. I mean, Lucha Libre is a thing.
Yeah.
I'll fly on me there and I'll cut a promo with Mexicans and they can jump me. That's pretty damn funny.
I don't see
taco, Nacho Bella Grande, motherfucker.
I know we're hitting the midnight mark now.
Yeah, we are, man.
I don't see CMLL finally get killed by AAA since they just got bought out.
Well, the thing is, man, I mean, AAA was really, really run down, man. They were doing some really, really shitty venues, man. The sewer water, that's bad.
Yeah,
they're basically taking over. They were in cockfighting arenas, for fuck's sake, dude.
I mean, they'll get some of that. They'll get some of that TKO money now to upgrade the show.
Dude, they were doing it in dirt venues. There wasn't even there was no concrete on the floor, dude. It was dirt.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost like a carnival tent house with dirt.
Hey, it gives more of a old school feel.
I don't know if you call
gives you an interesting look to a venue.
Hey, do you want to get tetanus in Montezuma's Revenge? Yay! Where do I sign the fuck up for that?
I'm shocked AAA agreed to sign through being so connected with the mafia.
I don't think that's what you think that is. You're thinking New Japan was once upon a time part of the Yakuza.
Yeah.
Not AAA was never part of the cartel.
It wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me either, but I don't think so. Maybe CMLL because it's older, way older than AAA. AAA's only been around for like 30-something years.
Yeah. It's been around for a long time, actually. Yeah, 30-something years, yeah.
You know what? I'm going to do some research really quick.
AAA has been around since 1992. And CMLL is like 19.
Oh, you would do that, country. You would do that. Actually, come to the show wearing a Taco Bell shirt. Oh, shit. AAA and CML are mortal enemies. Yeah, we know that. Also, it's well known that CMLL barely pays their wrestlers. Well, to be honest, yeah, you're talking pesos to the dollar, man. I mean, you tell someone they're going to make 1 million pesos, which is like $5. I'm pretty sure it's not that, but you know what I mean.
$5 is $5.
Heck yeah.
Plus, and I'm trying to do all kinds of things about this, and I don't have anything. I have nothing to say anything about anything. But AAA was part of the mafia or cartel, rather, because the cartel is in Mexico and the mafia is like here and the Yakuza is in Japan. So it don't really say anything.
But you know what I'm saying? I got work in the morning.
Yeah, same here. I got to be at work at 8. 8. Yeah, that's what I'm at. I'll be at 8. So, anyway.
You play some ice, baby.
Anyway, people, it's getting late. Oh, yeah. It doesn't say anything about them being related or being affiliated with the Mexican cartel. It did say that that AAA was once like thought of being mafioso. What is that word looking at? Like affiliated, because back when it first originated, but not anymore.
They gotta pay their dues, you know.
Yeah, I mean, just like NJPW was all Yakuza when it first started opening. But on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fucking 2 hour and 12 some odd minutes. And I love you all, but I don't love you all that fucking much. And y'all don't buy nothing from W to give us fucking money.
Yeah.
So all I'm going to say on that note is if you're not watching Ringside Rants,
oh, baby. You're doing a live round.
Damn right. And we're just not food for your mouth, man. It's just something to eat. We're also
food for the ears, baby.
Fucking right. And on that note, though, please support Dubby. Our heartfelt gratitude help feed this 44-year-old for another week, and help feed Josh another day.
Yes.
And help feed Chris another week.
Well, and Josh has been feeding himself the whole show.
Hey, man, we don't talk about that, Chris. We talk about
I didn't want to share.
Didn't want to share with Chris. Didn't want to share at all. But anyway.
Fresh mail.
It's Chris mail. But anyway, thank you all for tuning in. Go to w.gg. Go and order something from them. Enjoy it while you play your video games, or while you're doing your tabletop games, or while you're playing your board games, or while you're masturbating, or whatever you're doing. Who cares? It's in the company of your own home. Enjoy Dubby.
Run shows in Mexico.
Same month now, yeah. Enjoy life. Enjoy yourselves. More way than one. With Dubby Energy Drink. Remember that.
And support local wrestling.
Always support local wrestling, man.
Support local wrestling and support W. Get your W Energy drinks at w.gg. Ringside Reds, 10% off. All cash.
Tell them Just Mike and Bad Karma sent you, or else. Hey, anybody got any fun facts? No, don't.
These Tostitos I've been eating all night is really nice and salty.